My brand. We the best. Accomplishments, wins. It was fun watching a man die inside. That Khaled thing is his whole identity, being number one. When the underdog took that away from him, ego was deflated. I'm not at the club. The weirdo was winning. I was moonwalking in a wig. Everyone on his album. Everyone, get off the stage. The chant, we the best, now feels like an unintentional mockery. The image of DJ Khaled in the public eye is no longer a symbol of triumph, but a patchwork portrait. A star criticized for his silence amid controversy. A wealthy figure whose flamboyance borders on hollow excess. And above all, an artist struggling to cling to a fading glory. Once the voice of fiery summers, Khaled has become a walking meme in the hip-hop world, loud, out of sync, and gradually losing the respect he once commanded. Yet, if we rewind the tape, there was a time when he was no laughing matter. DJ Khaled was a hit maker, a master connector, the jovial uncle who turned every project he touched into gold. His catchphrases like "another one" and "major key" once spread like wildfire, becoming symbols of excitement and optimism. So what happened? What path turned an unbeatable icon into a public cautionary tale for the very world he once dominated? Shut the __ up. DJ. In his most glorious years, DJ Khaled was the living definition of success. He didn't just make music, he created moments, crafted atmospheres, and turned summers into a dazzling string of days filled with hit songs. Khaled was a master at bringing together the brightest stars in the music industry for a single track. From Jay-Z and Beyoncé to Rihanna and Justin Bieber, this knack for connection made him the architect of summers, a figure who convinced audiences that the American dream was entirely within reach as long as you held the key to success. Please, everybody help. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You want to get in the can't mess up the chase. I'm performing live right now, right here on Miami Beach, South Beach. His career soared like a kite in the wind with wealth, fame, lavish mansions, and luxury cars transforming him into an icon for an entire generation. At that peak, Khaled seemed incapable of failure, and it was precisely this sense of invincibility that lulled him into complacency. While the spotlight still shone brightly on the outside, cracks began to appear behind the scenes. Rumors of conflicts with close collaborators, once indispensable links in his chain of success, started to surface, raising the question, was Khaled still listening to anyone besides himself? As backstage tensions simmered and his music began to feel formulaic, Khaled remained convinced that his fame was big enough to weather any storm. However, reality proved otherwise. The mightiest empires often don't collapse due to grand disasters, but from the small cracks that form first. For DJ Khaled, that crack took the shape of silence. It wasn't loud or dramatic, but it was powerful enough to shift how the public perceived him. And then that moment arrived. On October 7th, 2023, Gaza became the focal point of the world's attention. Images of conflict, loss, and humanitarian crisis flooded international media, casting a tense shadow over the global atmosphere. In that moment, many prominent artists spoke out, voicing their perspectives and calling for humanitarian concern. Bella Hadid, The Weeknd, Gigi Hadid, and others publicly shared their messages on social media. This wave created immense pressure as if all eyes were on influential figures waiting for their voices. Yet, while the entertainment industry seemed to speak in unison, DJ Khaled's accounts remained silent. For an artist synonymous with exuberance, this silence stood out starkly and was hard to justify. Many fans felt he missed a critical moment to affirm his connection to his roots. Even his own family expressed disappointment. A cousin publicly voiced frustration, arguing that this silence contradicted the image Khaled had built. In the public's eyes, this wasn't just a misstep. It became the first crack in what seemed an untouchable persona, transforming him from an inspirational figure into a star questioned for staying silent when his voice was needed most. But the real shock, the one that sent Khaled's image into a free fall within the hip-hop community, didn't stem from politics or social issues. It came from a fiery clash at the heart of music, the Billboard charts. According to backstage reports documented by Variety and Complex, the tension between Khaled and Tyler, the creator, wasn't just about chart numbers. It erupted into a heated conflict, even behind closed doors, where Khaled was said to have used provocative language, openly displaying disdain for his younger rival. If his earlier silence had sparked doubts, this confrontation laid bare the competitive streak and massive ego Khaled had always masked behind smiles and the "we the best" mantra. To grasp the scale of this explosion, we need to rewind to 2019, the height of DJ Khaled's commercial dominance. At that time, Khaled was a hit-making machine, wielding a winning formula, assembling the biggest A-list stars on the planet for an album and dominating the charts. With multiple albums having claimed the top spot, Khaled's brand was built on a single philosophy: we the best. For him and his fans, securing the #1 album wasn't a hope, it was a given. On the other side stood Tyler, the creator, a maverick genius in the rap world. He had built a stellar career, critically acclaimed for pushing creative boundaries, earning praise from tastemakers. Yet, there was one peak Tyler had never reached, the #1 spot on the Billboard 200. He was seen as an artist for the discerning, a creator of pure art, not a king of radio-friendly hits. Thus, the stage was set for a classic showdown, the commercial titan versus the independent artist. And no one could have predicted that its outcome would ignite one of the most memorable meltdowns in modern hip-hop history.